Hi, and welcome to episode 44 of the Muscle News and Merlin Bodybuilding Podcast with my good buddy Eric Brozer on here it's very cold again, Wednesday evening for me. How are you, Eric?
Oh, I'm doing okay.
Good,
Still
good,
out
good.
here in California visiting
Yeah,
family, and it's very weather here has been beautiful, must
yeah,
say. But yeah, but I'm looking forward to soon getting back to Vegas and getting back to my gyms
yeah,
and my
yeah,
training partners and my own house. But
yeah, yeah.
it's been good. It's been good, being in California with my family. So, but always looking forward to our podcast every Wednesday, and we have some cool
Yep,
stuff to talk about.
yep. You know, this week there was a lot of stuff going on. The Arnolds, some drama, you know, Arnold's son competing, which we'll cover as well. Joseph, which we mentioned last week. Things are starting to move along now in the bodybuilding season. There was um, the Siberian Power Show in Russia. Our friend
David.
David won. He's the first guy that
Yep.
won back-to-back titles there. So that was a great show as well. And he sent me some photos before he went on stage, which I was really happy about. So that's cool as well. So
I
we
wonder if
have
he drank
his
his what he
whiskey.
drinks his
His
whiskey before he went on stage to get a big pump.
the guy is just genetic. He's a beast. He's
I,
had.
I I know we already know he would never compete in the regular
Yeah, I
IFBB.
know. I know. I know.
He never would, which is fine because we understand why. But I would love to see how
I
well he
know.
would do because I think
A front
he'd be
runner.
somebody who'd be tough
Yeah.
to beat. He'd be a
Yeah.
front runner. He'd be tough to
Yeah.
beat.
We'll show some stuff. I mean, like he said, he goes to a show, he gets paid, he's paid to go,
He's a happy
legit.
guy.
You don't need anything
If
else in
you
life, So, and he beat quite a good lineup of athletes, no, he's enjoying it, so screw it. Some people like being on
if
top.
any
Yeah, yeah,
if anybody wants to go see the happiest bodybuilder alive, go back and watch our podcast with
yeah,
him.
yeah.
He smiled through the whole thing. He
He's
is one happy bodybuilder.
Yep, he is. And the Russian guy, what's his name? That big guy, Serge, what's his name? He was there because that's where he made his name. That Russian freak,
Yeah, and
Sergey.
isn't that guy's qualified for the Olympia now,
Yeah,
isn't he?
he's qualified for me,
Yeah.
and that was the only one of the only competitions he used to compete when he was with the IVB in Europe.
Yeah.
He always used to, climb up bit by bit, and you know, he still went. I don't know how they let him or whatever, but that's his problem. He was there in all the photos with Dave and and everything like that. So, but anyways, so let's start with we'll do a quick review of the what we'd like to do. We start with the Arnold UK or with the
So let's start with Arnold UK, I say.
and
Why
then we
not?
can go through the other things,
That
we'll
was the
go
big show.
we'll go through all the gossip and stuff. So, the Arnold UK. Let's get
Let's hit the classic first because
yeah, that was big. It
an
was a two-man it was a
interesting finish there.
yeah, two-man show, obviously. Um Obviously it was a successful show. We have to give him that. So let's start with the men's where are they? Men's classic physique. Here we are. So so we have Mike Sommerfeld wins. I think he had a perfect score here.
Looks
Five.
like it was. It looks like
Yeah.
they judged pretty much everybody across the board.
Yeah. So Wesley got, 2 points from each judge, right? That's how it that's how I
So he
see
was
it.
in second,
Yeah.
solid.
Third went to George Herrera, 3 points. And our what we thought he would do third or second, or Andrea came fourth, which is good in such a lineup.
Still good. Still
Yeah.
good.
And Sam Soda got seventh. Paul Cano got no, not seventh. Yeah, seventh. Paul Cano got sixth. Joaquin Campanjo got fifth. Luis Roberto Valencia Ramos eighth, and Angelo Rossi ninth. So,
It wasn't a huge lineup, but
no, no, none of them are huge. Which what people like actually at the Arnold. So let's get some. Let me see if there's some
this
video.
was an interesting show because Wesley came off of an Arnold victory and then a
Yeah,
Detroit victory. So he
yeah,
had two in a row, and he was the favorite. And everybody was wondering about Mike Summerlin, who didn't
yeah.
do the
Summerfield.
Arnold
Yeah,
because he was
yeah,
too heavy.
yeah.
Summerfield. I call it Summerlin because I live in Summerfield. Um, and
Yeah,
then we were wondering how he would look at 204,
yeah,
you know, down in weight, but
yeah.
he
So
brought
this
it.
this is him. You seeing this?
Yep.
So that he's much fuller. You notice how full he is compared to the
Yeah,
Olympia?
I think it really the fact that he had some time to bring himself down
Yeah,
allowed him to
yeah,
get down, and then it looks like he probably carved up after weigh-in.
yeah. At the Olympia, he had no upper body, no chest, you know?
He does here, though. He
Yeah,
certainly does here.
yeah. Fantastic. I mean,
He's got a
his
great side chest. I mean,
his
his glutes are just
his
peeled out.
legs. I think Wesley loses to him with his legs.
Well,
Uh,
that's where Wesley's height hurts him. He still needs
yeah,
to build bigger legs, but
yeah. He was spot on
I
here,
mean, his
but
back is very V'd.
yeah,
He's got like that short torso, like the
yeah,
low lats.
yeah. He was spot on here, huh?
He's the kind of guy to me that he's gonna, like he's obviously very, high level and classic potential Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, yeah,
But he also looks like the kind of guy that he could compete in 212 or even open one day and
yeah.
do really well
He can. He has that physique.
because he just got that physique
Yeah, he
and
knows
he's
how to.
got the mustache.
Yeah, he knows how to
The best
pose.
mustache, the curly
Yeah,
mustache, the
yeah,
handlebars.
yeah,
But look at that. I mean, he's conditioned and he's
yeah,
full, which is at
yeah,
coming in at 204.
yeah. So, are you seeing this? Did you seeing Wesley?
Yep, seeing Wesley and
Okay,
Wesley.
so
It was
yeah,
really between him and Wesley
yeah.
and Mike.
Wesley's impressive, huh?
He's just because he's tall and when he
Yeah,
like he's very very conditioned.
yeah.
I mean, his legs aren't weak. I mean,
No, 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 no.
they're
Listen,
definitely not weak.
apples and oranges. I mean, some people might think Wesley's a more classic physique, because he has that Arnoldish look. You know what I mean?
I know some people said that. I mean, it's hard to see here, but I know that some people said that they felt that he was better at the Arnold Columbus, Ohio, than he was here.
Could be.
I don't really know that I see that, but people who are maybe closer to the stage or in person
Yeah,
said that he was just a little bit less conditioned here, but I mean, he
yeah.
looks fantastic.
No, no.
I mean, I don't think anybody would have been upset if he won.
No, 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 no.
Like
Great
he's
physique. And
still an Olympia. I mean, the Olympia is wide open, you know.
listen, if Ramon is a bit off, like he's been off
Ramon
many
has to be
times,
spot on, and when we're because Ramon was spot on in
yeah.
25.
If
He
he's
does
off,
that again. He's tough to
yeah.
beat, but these guys keep getting better.
Yeah, if he's off, Wesley as well has sometimes a tough time getting in shape for the Olympia. And if Mike is on, anybody can win. Anybody.
That's what I'm saying. There's no all these
Yeah.
guys are pretty close,
Yeah.
so everybody's got to be at their best, and otherwise you
Yeah.
get knocked off.
So
But
let me see if there's any much more not too many footage of the classic guys. Um, there's the men's physique, wheelchair. I'm just going through them really fast so I don't make everybody dizzy. So let me keep going here. That's Michael. Uh, so that's the Arnold UK. Let me just check if this guy has some footage because I'm going from link to link. No, I think
I don't know who the third place guy was.
yeah. Third place was um George George Herrera. Let me look him up.
Because he beat our boy
Yeah,
from Italy that
yeah,
I'm really high on. I love that guy. Andrea, I think. Andreas.
yeah. George Herrera. So, let me see if there's an here it is. Is this him posing? Is there a video of him posing? Uh, yeah, this is him. So let me get that share going. This is him.
Hmm.
Yeah,
He looks like he looks short.
yeah. You know what? He might be a bit bigger than the Italian kid. You know, another great physique, huh?
I mean, these classic guys, I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
honestly, they just have just fantastic physiques. You can't really,
yeah. You notice when they
you know, if,
open
if go ahead.
when they open up, they have that classic look. You know, when they stay closed in, you don't take notice. The minute they open up, that classic, those lines start coming out, you know?
Yeah. I mean, if you appreciate, I would like to say more like the artistry,
Yeah,
the
yeah, the
aesthetics
posing.
of the human body,
Yeah,
the more just sculptured V shape,
yeah,
then you love classic bodybuilding because it's not all about size, it's
yeah,
about the
yeah.
shape. I mean,
No, it's
obviously,
great. It's
some
great.
people like open bodybuilding better because they just want raw size and freakiness,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I mean, I just love the classic physique because they're
yeah.
just I've always apprecited and loved myself the small, because even when I got into bodybuilding, some of my favorite people were, like Bob Paris and Rory Liedermeyer and
Yeah.
Francis Benefato and Lee Labrada, because I always liked that kind of physique. So
Yeah, this guy, I think he had that harder look. Let me see if there's anything of Andrea. But
I
it's
still
on.
think Andrea is going to be
No, Andrea's there to
absolutely.
stay.
I think he could be Mr. Olympia one day.
Yeah. Um, uh, Let me see if there's anything from the UK. Is he here in the UK? Those are photos. Trying to find the video if he has one. That's in the America. Does he have one here? No. Here it is. Is this the one?
It's funny because I was listening to Chris Cormier talk about him, and he was saying that he needs to be a little bit better with his posing. And I thought that his posing was such a strong point. I was like, Chris,
Yeah.
really?
I mean,
I was like,
these I know.
yeah, to
The-
me, his posing is fantastic. I
yeah,
mean,
these are
I'm a
photos.
poser, so
I mean,
this
this
is
is,
him
yeah,
at the show.
yeah,
He looks amazing.
yeah, I know.
I don't know, man. He looks like third. He should have been in third. I mean, no disrespect to the third place
No, no,
guy, and
I
of course
know.
I wasn't there,
The other guy might
but
have had that slight,
but he still looks. I
yeah,
mean, look at how dug out his legs are.
yeah, yeah. Look at that.
He always,
Um,
and you see his stomach is always in control. Like
yeah, yeah, I
it's
know.
always pulled in.
It is. Let me see if there's anything else.
I just
Yeah, this
think
is the
he's just
UK
got
as
such a
well.
fun. Look at his glutes, his
Yeah.
lower back.
All right, there might be a slight effect with these photos, but look at him.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
maybe
Yeah.
that we don't know, but
Crazy, crazy.
he is. I don't know. I just think he's just got an amazing physique. He's one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
look at this. Yeah.
He's become one of my favorites.
Yeah, fantastic bodybuilder. Maybe he might
I
have
just
got
think
a bit cheated for third, I think, you know.
I mean, I'm only going by what I'm seeing here, so I don't want to
No, no,
pretend
no,
that I
Sue. Look at
know
that.
exactly. But just going by these pictures or video
Yeah,
of the one versus the other, to me, this looks like third place.
yeah. Crazy, huh?
I mean, to me, I could even put him higher because I just
I know.
think that overall his physique is just so
I
good.
know. Black and white,
I'm sure
That's
he's probably really young too.
yeah. He's yeah, no, he is young. I mean, it's no
Yeah, so he's only going to get better. I mean,
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's the top three. Um
Up 3-4.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that was a good, Mike Summerlin is
Yeah.
Summerlin. Again, I said it. I
Sommerfeld.
am from Summerlin, Las Vegas, and he
Yeah.
is not Summerlin.
Yeah.
But Mike is definitely a front runner for the Olympia, and he's
Yeah.
going to give it a run for his money. I mean,
Yeah.
he's going to be tough because he obviously can show up at 204 and still be
Yep.
full.
Yep. Um, so let me go back to the page where there were all the photos. Uh, come on, come on. What page was that? Sometimes trying to look for the page where I had all the photos. Give me a sec. Uh, so
Stay
um,
with us, people.
yeah,
Kevin is searching.
we
Kevin is
don't have
searching.
we don't have the
We don't
guy.
have the technical support.
Yeah,
We have to do everything
yeah.
on
Oh
the
God,
fly.
I had it here. One sec.
Sure, if Mini Merlin was here, Mini Merlin would do a dance for you all, but he's not. He's back in my house in Summerlin,
Yeah. Let me see if
probably partying.
yeah. Who's that guy's name? Mono. God, it was just up and I closed the window. Such an idiot, you know. Uh, so um, let me go to Arnold Sports UK. I'm just trying to get the page up with the photos, with the videos. Here we are. Moria photo. So, um, the open class, obviously, Andrew Jack won, right?
Which is not a surprise.
Andrew Jack, perfect score. Brandon Curry, second.
Look at the finish here. Brandon Curry in second.
Yeah.
Patrick Moore jumps in front of Martin
What you saw, Martin was ahead in judging,
in
prejudging.
the judging round, but at nighttime
He fell apart. Yeah.
I mean, good for Patrick though.
Yeah.
I know that Martin's probably hella pissed, but
Yeah,
he
but
wasn't. I mean, I still think Martin has one of the best physiques on the planet.
yeah.
He just has to be
But he
harder.
has to get it. Everything's going to affect him. The mind
But Patrick Moore, who people pretty much
wrote off.
wrote off
Yeah.
and was gone, just beat somebody who placed fifth at the
Yeah.
Olympia.
Yeah. And Blessing came fifth. Akeem sixth. Abu Kanate uh, seventh, and Hassan Mustafa eighth.
But I am
Um,
super happy also for Brandon
yeah.
because he
Yeah.
was so good at the Olympia,
Of
and
course, he
he
deserved
got
it.
even better. He got even
Yeah.
better, and I mean, he's he's not aging, man. He's
No,
getting better.
no. So here is let me show you. Andrew Jack.
I mean, to me, he looks pretty much like he did when he won
Yeah.
The
I
Arnold
think,
Columbus.
I mean, there's not much to say bad about him, but I think he needs a bit, maybe I'm wrong in his legs. He needs maybe a bit more condition. Could it be a bit more?
Um, I mean, his legs look like they're not as sharp as some of the other guys, or like as water free
Yeah. I mean,
as some of the other
probably
guys.
if you see him in real life, he looks like a walking mountain. So
Oh
it's not
no, I mean,
fair.
like he's
Like I
just
said,
a huge specimen. I mean,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
tall and he's wide and he's got muscle
yeah.
everywhere. He still has rooms to make improvements.
Yeah, he still has to fill out, huh? I still think, you know, um, even though he's going into the Olympia as one of the main favorites, I still think he has work to do to topple Derek if he's in his best condition. Um,
Yeah, well, listen, he's still got who knows what
Yeah,
Samson's going to show up like.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, if Hottie's there, I mean, like it's not like he's just jumping in front of everybody. He's
No,
still,
no, no. I mean, he could have went
but
to Pittsburgh and took home an easy 100 or what is it, 150,000, you know? He could rack in almost 1.5 million this year, you know?
yeah. Well, I mean, listen, he's made a ton of money, but then he also has to think to himself, if I keep competing, will
Yeah,
that hurt my Olympia
yeah.
showing? And then you have
And
to weigh that out
and he has to
because he,
work.
I'm sure he wants the Olympia title.
He works full time. He's an engineer, huh? Don't forget.
Yeah, and I don't think he would want to. I don't think he would want to sacrifice
Yeah.
his
I mean,
Olympia showing.
one of the things that Chris said on the show with Dave Palumbo, he said, he's not he's focused on bodybuilding, but he has other things to think about, which might be an advantage because a lot of bodybuilders that are full-time bodybuilding, like you. No, a lot of these guys, they train, they go home, they go on the sofa, they eat, they watch a film. It's just bodybuilding. This guy, he has to work and his mind he said that might help that he drifts off somewhere else, not just putting pressure on himself. Then when it's time to go to the gym, then he can focus on that. You know what I mean? It's not like, because I think sometimes, you know how it is. If you're thinking about the same thing all the time, it gets a bit monotonous, boring. It's like sometimes when I watch other sports, could be soccer, football, Formula One. It's like you say that was a relief. You just move away from bodybuilding. So imagine at that high, that he can, switch off for a bit. I think that does him well, you know. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I would think there'd be pros and cons to it, like anything
yeah.
else. But maybe for him it works. Maybe for him he doesn't want to have to think about bodybuilding
Yeah,
24/7. He wants to think about bodybuilding when he has to bodybuild.
for him,
He gets all his meals in, but he also
yeah,
keeps his mind
it could
fresh on work.
it could be a hobby with the perks now. Huh? He literally he's making his retirement money.
I mean, look at it. I mean,
Yeah,
most guys, when they turn pro, like a lot of guys, you see them show up in the best shape of their lives when they win the USA, the Nationals, and they're still working full time.
yeah.
And then they start making some money and they don't
They
work full
quit.
time anymore. They just bodybuild and they're not as good as when they
No,
first
and
won.
then they have a worry of trying to find the sponsors to stay at home. That's a big pressure. And
I think that bodybuilders should, I mean, not necessarily have another full. And listen, if you can make your living from bodybuilding, great, that's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
But you should also have other
yeah. But that's
uh, interests
yeah. You
that
can't count
you
them
could
on.
go to, like,
Yeah,
and I don't mean just mean playing video games. I mean
yeah,
like, like other things that other sports, or
yeah, yeah, yeah,
maybe
yeah,
you like to paint, or maybe play an instrument, or whatever it is
yeah, yeah.
that you can move your focus away from
Yeah.
bodybuilding all the time.
But for him, it's not life or death. He has work to do. If he decides to quit bodybuilding tomorrow,
He still has probably makes a great money at his
he
job.
probably makes
So yeah,
great money as an engineer, and now he has that money.
yeah,
He's right. Don't forget he did well at the Olympia last year, so money's coming in. So sponsors
yeah.
and
He's at
whatever.
a great time of life right now where he
Yeah,
can,
yeah. So
rake it in all different things.
up next is one of our favorites. Uh,
Former Mr. Olympia.
yeah, yeah. I see him, Brandon. I put him all right. He didn't win as much as he did, but I put him up there with Lee Haney as the way he treats people and the people like him. Really quiet. You know what I mean? He's up there. One of the
Yeah,
OG.
I mean, I only met him once and had a conversation with him at Gold's Gym. He's just a really nice, down to
Yeah,
earth
yeah.
guy.
I talked to him twice in Spain. Really cool guy. Really cool.
Yeah, very friendly. As far as his
Yeah,
physique goes, certainly one of the best upper bodies in the
yeah.
sport.
His legs
Um,
improved,
but
huh?
but he has. I mean, people used to fault him for having too small of legs, and
Yeah,
somehow in his later
yeah,
years, he's brought them up.
yeah,
And while he was not really in danger of beating Andrew at this show,
yeah,
um, he still beat.
yeah,
Again, he beat Fitzwater also, who
yeah,
placed ahead of him at the Olympia.
yeah. And we must remember his luggage came late. He had to borrow posing trunks the first day.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean. He looks
So
fantastic.
yeah, so a couple of years ago, when was it? He had that stomach virus at the Olympia, you know.
And he still showed up looking great.
Yeah, and he said his wife prepared all the, can you imagine the suitcase, prepared all that food and it all went bad, because it came like a day late.
I know it's crazy. I mean, but you would kind of think like Brandon Curry, a lot of people would be thinking like years ago, like, all right, Brandon, you're getting older, it's time to
Yeah,
retire.
move
You don't
on.
want to be one of those
Yeah,
guys who's placing last and shows.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
he's still almost like a Dexter Jackson. Like
Sorry.
he's
Yeah,
capable of being in top five Olympia in his 40s. I mean,
yeah,
and he's
yeah.
actually, in my eyes, gotten better.
No,
So
he's a top
good for
five.
him.
Yeah, he's still there. He's still there at the
He's
Olympia,
still somebody, people don't really talk about him anymore because I don't think he's capable of winning the Olympia, but
Exactly.
he's gonna be somebody who's gonna knock off some really
Yeah.
good guys.
Yep. Patrick Moore. Let me look for Patrick Moore. Seems that he,
Patrick Moore really impressed me at this show.
uh,
He really he hasn't quit, man. When people just wrote him off like, this guy's done, forget about him. He didn't
yeah.
listen, and he's just gotten better.
Here he is.
And if
Right.
he ever gets shredded, then he's going to be a
Yeah.
real problem.
Look at that. He's gained some size, huh?
He's definitely put on. I mean, I saw him do some comparison shots on his Facebook page, and yeah, he's added a lot of size, and yet he's kept that waist
Yeah.
just as small.
I mean, he went ahead of Martin.
He's got one of the most dramatic front lat spreads and that in the sport. I mean, look at his waist. His it's
Yeah.
just there's just no waist there,
Yeah.
and the way his thighs, even though his thighs aren't gigantic, they sweep nicely off that
Yeah.
waist.
Yeah.
Wide lats,
Goes to show you
great
not to get
abs,
not to throw anybody away.
and he doesn't. He's in condition,
Yeah.
but he's not dry. He's not
No.
dry, which just goes to show that he's got such amazing shape. And now with added size, if he could just dry out a little bit more,
Yeah.
man, he can. Who knows what he can do? Look at that back.
Yeah. He's not
Kind of
qualified.
reminds me of like, kind of reminds me of like Brian Buchanan
Yeah,
a
I was
little,
gonna
like
tell you. Yeah, the waist. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that waist is so small and there's just
Yeah.
so much.
He
He doesn't
he
have to be huge.
Yeah, he has to get into one of those shows. He has to plan it right. I'm not saying that he doesn't go up against the best, but if there's Nick Walker and Martin, you know, if there's Martin in good shape, he might have a problem. But if he picks the right show, he can qualify for the Olympia like this. I mean, he
Hey,
placed
listen,
third.
if he would have done Detroit in this shape,
He would have
he
won.
could have come out at the winner in that
No, no,
show.
he would have won. He would have won. I
Yeah,
mean.
because he already beat Blessing. He beat
Not
Blessing, who
taking
was in
anything
second.
away from the guy that won, but this
Yeah,
is
well,
an
Mo is impressive, but
this
he
is another
probably would have
level.
won.
These guys are another level. There's
Yeah, so I think that Patrick could have literally been in the Olympia already
yeah.
qualified. So
Patrick, I'm saying he pushed himself into the top eight at the
he's
Olympia.
now a top. If he qualifies, he's like a top 10 threat
Yeah,
now.
yeah. He
I
can
don't think
move
he's not
up.
a top six threat
He,
yet,
he
but
can
he
go
can be.
we can't forget if Hadi competes and if Nick gets there and
Yeah,
um
the top six is still kind of set pretty
yeah.
much, six
But
and
this
seven.
guy can squeeze in, because
He's
not
gonna
everybody.
get looks.
Yeah, not everybody's gonna come in their top shape. So
I
then
mean,
there's
he beat Martin, which is,
yeah, let's get Martin up.
Martin certainly was not in his Prague shape, which was his best ever, I think.
Yeah.
Um, but
So
he's still, forgetting about all his issues with
listen, nobody expected him.
personality stuff, but his
Yeah.
physique is still incredible.
Yeah, I don't think he was at his best, but nobody
And
expected him.
it's probably hard to be with all the shit
Yeah.
that he went through.
Nobody expected him to be at this show.
Self-imposed, but
Yeah. He was a bit
still,
soft.
look at the guy.
Yeah. He needed another week or two, to get ready for this show. But he probably spent a week saying he's not going to go. Somebody convinced him, and he probably did everything he could in the last week or so.
Yeah, listen, he's not out of shape. Like
No.
we're just and people who like go crazy. I mean, like, listen, he's still walking around one of the best bodybuilders on the planet,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
he's not out of shape. He's just not in his top shape. That's all.
Yeah, he has to just get his mind, just shut off everything. If he doesn't have any sponsors, he's not obliged to use Instagram. Just shut it down, you know, and get that qualification in for wait,
And and,
is
and
he
quite
qualified?
honestly, is he qualified? I know Prague. Didn't
Yeah.
Prague qualify him for the following year?
Yes.
It was
Yes.
after the
So
Olympia, so he's
he's
qualified.
he's
If I was
qualified.
him, I'd shut it down and I'd go to the Olympia.
Yeah. Yeah. Who
But
knows? He might do Pittsburgh or New York. You never know, huh?
he may, but I think that he should just shut it down and go for the Olympia. That's just
Yeah.
my opinion. But I
But
mean,
listen, even though he's become the bad boy of bodybuilding, people will see him to go pay to see him still, They're gonna say we
it
want to see him. Either they want to see him lose or they want to see him win.
as long as he doesn't do anything like that again and he's quiet,
Yeah.
that news cycle will pass and people will be back on his
Yeah.
side.
Listen, what's his name? Brandon Curry said when he had no luggage, he was one of the first guys to help him. So the guy has a heart. He just
He's
reacts,
he's a hothead.
reacts.
He's a
Yeah.
hothead, and he's
He
very
just
emotional.
yeah.
He
He
just
just
needs a
it's
little bit more maturity in handling himself
yeah,
as a professional.
yeah. It's like what's his
But he's
name?
not some sort of bad guy, you
No,
know.
no. It's like oh my God. I'm forgetting names, man. Will Smith when he slapped Chris in the face, right?
Well,
Yeah,
that was really blatant.
but that doesn't mean Will Smith's a bad guy. But the thing is, all those films and TV shows, people forget about them. They just remember that. That's the thing. It's just that little meltdown. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
you have to be
but you know
careful.
what? It's not like his career is going to be over. He's going to still be in another 100 movies.
Oh no,
You know,
exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
it's like saying he just ended his career.
Yeah,
But I mean,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure that
But
he looks back on that and
you, you
goes,
know,
"Yeah, I
you
kind of
know,
screwed up."
you know how people like Hollywood, obviously they somehow they can block you out. But this is bodybuilding. Bodybuilding, you can be a a shit stir, and the next week everybody loves you. So um,
Unless you're like a Craig Titus who
yeah,
went a little far, and he's a
yeah,
bad guy,
yeah.
but he screwed
Um,
up, and
that's
I'm
it.
still rooting for him to
Yeah,
to
yeah.
to put his shit back together again and
Of
be his
course.
best.
Men's physique. Uh, yeah, this one was a bit controversial as well. They said. Um, So they had Victor Chavez won. Andre came second, which many people thought he should have won. Then this guy Emmanuel Hunter placed third. Benquil Marini fourth, and all the way down. So there was 11 guys. So getting to the event, uh, let me get the men's physique guys. Men's physique, men's physique. I don't know if they have a lot of photos. Here they are. Um, Let me just see the number. Yeah, that's them. So this is them. This is the guy that won, number three. And number five came second. This guy's quite popular on social media. Um, Guy looks like a bodybuilder from the top. But there was a bit of controversy on this. They thought that the second place guy should have won, you know.
So as I look at the screen, the guy on the left won,
The guy in
and
the black shorts. The guy in
the
the
guy
black
with the
shorts.
beard came in second.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't there. Just looking at these things here, I would have given it to the other guy.
yeah.
Well,
So
I don't know. Very close.
yeah,
It's so close. I mean, it's
yeah,
like, hard to.
yeah, that was the argument.
From the back, I like the guy who plays second.
Yeah,
From the front, it's pretty close.
yeah,
But, I'm looking at two
yeah.
poses here on screen.
I mean, what do they have? Three poses, I mean, um, it's you know, that there was a bit of talk about that. What else was there? What else was there? Let me share the screen. Then there was men's physique. Men's wheelchair, James Berger. So let's look for James. He deserves a shout out. Let me see if they have a video here of him or anything like that. Uh, it's better if I find him on his page. He won the show.
Only three guys, but we don't expect
Yeah,
the wheelchair class to be
it's all right.
huge.
It's all right. I
Still,
mean,
these guys to me are some of the most incredible
no,
people.
it's not the easiest. Here we go. Is he posing here? Yeah, of course he's posing here. So is this far away? One sec. Let me see if they get him.
These guys get into amazing shape. You have to remember without being able to walk a treadmill,
Yeah,
go on a stairmaster.
yeah. This is him. Great upper body, huh? Look at that. Wow.
And even how they get their abs, it's hard. They can't do a lot of
Yeah,
traditional ab
yeah,
movements. I
yeah,
mean, it's amazing. These guys deserve so much credit.
yeah. Look at that. And I mean,
Yeah,
the
I mean, look at them.
wheelchair, we have to mention it depends where their injury is.
Well, that yeah makes things
Some
harder or
guy, because
easier.
Nick explains it in the beginning, what each person, how they got hurt and stuff. Some guys will have abdominal control, some others can't,
True.
operations and the spine and things like that. So, but this guy looks quite, he's lucky. I mean, it's
Quite the
amazing.
hairstyle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quite the hairstyle. Like he's got all that hair, and it's just
Yeah.
right through the
He's
middle of his
doing
head.
good. Fantastic physique. Well done. He
Yeah,
deserves
well done.
all the promotion he can get. Look at
And
that.
I'm sure he'll probably go to the Olympia.
Of
Probably.
course. Yeah, he's probably one of the favorites. Or if he is a Mr. Olympia, I forget all well done to him. Uh
All
he
right.
is
Well, good
Mr.
job.
Olympia. He is.
Oh, so he's the one who won for
Yeah.
25. Oh,
Yeah.
that's why he's
He
so damn
won the
good.
Arnold. He won the UK. He's a Texas Pro in 2025 winner.
So
He's
basically, he's the
he's
best in this
he's the
world right
guy.
now with wheelchair.
He's he's the best in the world.
Best in the world
Fantastic.
wheelchair bodybuilder.
Fantastic. Well done to him. He deserves all the credit. Um, so there was three guys, then there was Blake Collington and Will Anthony from Spain. So women's bikini. Uh, I mean, I'm not wait, women's bikini. Where the hell are they? What happened? Women's fitness. Where did I go? Okay. Women's bikini. Ashen Little. Perfect score. Is there anybody that's really popular here? I'm sorry, you're not
Yeah,
seeing
I
it.
was going to ask you if there's any front runners because I can't see
Yeah, yeah, here they are.
the
Sorry.
list.
Not really. I mean, they are probably front,
No,
not
I don't really see any of the
yeah, there's
heavy
not these
hitters.
big names, but this girl, Ashlyn.
Well, just look at her since she was the winner. If you have any pictures,
Yeah, yeah, let me see if
give
it's
her some credit for
if
victory at the UK.
Morio Photo has a picture of her. Usually they do get what number was she? She was number 6. Okay. Um, Not her. One sec. Um, Not her. Where sometimes I don't know how they uh let me see. Here she is. This is the winner. I mean,
They're definitely awarding a softer
yeah.
look now than they
I
used to.
mean, can she beat Ashley Cutwalzer? I don't think so. You know?
But my point is, if you look, like you can see the outline of her abs,
Yeah,
but you don't see
yeah,
like
yeah.
blocks.
I
You
mean,
don't see
the big
deep cuts anywhere.
yeah. The bikini girls in Europe, the IVB of Europe. they move the hair over there in the front so they can show their back muscles, and
I
they are a
know, and
bit.
they don't care about the back in
No, no, they
USA.
show the back. They show the back. These girls have back, but they don't judge them on it,
No, no.
and they're quite a bit a slightly a bit more conditioned.
But I mean, listen, the girls, I mean, it's very hard for the bikini girls because it's like
Yeah,
you almost have to hold your condition back.
yeah. I
I
mean,
remember a few years ago when I was working with Jen Dory, and she lost the Olympia.
but she was too conditioned,
She had
right?
won it in 22, I think, and then she lost it in 23, and she was shredded in 23, but they
Yeah,
told her to be shredded, and then she came in shredded, but they gave her
yeah,
second. So it's like it's confusing.
yeah. I mean,
Or it
I
might have been
saw
22. I think it was 22, and then I think she won again in 23.
I
But
saw an
anyway,
amateur show last year. I took pictures here, and there was a girl. She came out like she had like an eight pack almost, and her physique was incredible. I mean, to take photos, it was incredible because you know how they come out in the photos. But she came second or something, and I asked her what happened. She said they told her that she was too conditioned.
that's
Um,
what happens a lot of times with the bikini. They don't want them that conditioned,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
kind of
But
changed.
when you see them on stage, it's like, Jesus, man, not even men have that, those abdominals. I mean, it's crazy.
The strangest thing for me is when they now bring to the Olympia the women's what's that new class? They're even less than bikini
Yeah, the fit model, something. Yeah.
fit model class or whatever it is. Yeah, I mean like I want to see how are they going to judge that? Like
Yeah, what
even
what's
you have to be a little smaller than bikini. It's
yeah,
like really
what's her
like
name? The
cutting.
ex Olympia's gonna do it. What's her name?
Oh, yes, I know who you're talking about.
She's gonna do. I mean, listen, these girls, there's a fine line. If they come in a bit conditioned, they're gonna be bikini athletes. So
It's such a
listen,
fine line. It's so hard to. I don't know how they're
it's a money grab.
judging it.
I mean, if they can't get another 100 athletes for that with a registration of 250 each, it's there. It's just
I
money.
mean, it's like I think you're going to get a lot of girls doing that class that just have naturally beautiful bodies, and then they
Yeah.
just train a little bit.
Yeah.
They're beautiful, and then they win shows. I mean, not taking anything away from the girls who do it
No, no,
because
no.
there's no reason why you shouldn't do it if the class is
But
there
there's
and
a
that's what you
fine
fit
line,
into.
there's a
But
fine
there's
line.
a very fine line between that and bikini. Um,
So, um,
is there there should have
women's
been wellness
fitness,
figure maybe? No,
women's fitness, was there figure? No, there
I
wasn't
don't know if there
figure.
was figure.
There
No,
wasn't
I don't
figure.
think there was figure or physique.
There was that big fight about it that they left figure out, remember?
Right.
So,
Right. So I think it was just fitness and wellness.
yeah, Michelle Freduga from the UK. Um,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know these girls either.
Let me see if I find her. Number five. Um, uh, See if I find her. What was this again? Women's fitness. So these are the girls that dance. Here, I think this is her. Is this her? The photos are small. Let me look her up. Maybe she has something.
Fitness girls are incredible to me.
Yeah.
The stuff that they have to do to prepare for a show, insane.
Yeah. Some of these girls don't update their uh what is this? Is this UK? It's not good. No. Um, no, unfortunately, not everybody updates their Instagram pages.
Oh well.
You know, I mean, she didn't update it with the Arnold UK stuff.
Well, we congratulate her.
Yeah, and women's wellness is Rihanna Fogal one,
Wait, where's
uh,
she from?
Brazil.
That's what I'm guessing.
So you have Brazil first, second, fifth, and sixth, and then you have UK, USA, and Canada. That's
Okay, yeah.
dominated.
Because Brazil just owns that class right now.
Yeah. Number four. Let me see if I find her here. Uh, uh,
You
so
probably travel to Brazil, you go on a beach, and everybody looks like a wellness competitor.
yeah, yeah, I know. Probably is like that. So where is she? Number four. Come on. What is this? No, that's bikini. Uh, don't tell me there's no photos of these girls. Come on. Jesus Christ. Uh, this her? Oh, that's number six. Almost there. Let me see. Rihanna, forgot what did I say her name was? Yeah, this is the one. Found her. She has better legs than some men.
I tell you, these wellness girls, their legs and glutes are insane.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that glute. It's like in another zip code from the rest of her body. I mean, if
Huge.
you are a glute man, then wellness is the class for you
Yep.
because they have the most developed glutes. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean,
She got
hamstring.
thick.
Well, I mean, for them, it's really a lower body show almost
It
completely.
is.
Even though,
It is. But
of
look
course,
at
they want the,
look at her
you know,
back. You know, they're all
they have great bodies all around because otherwise they'd look ridiculous if they didn't
yeah,
train hard. Because she's got
yeah.
an amazing upper body, but the legs and the glutes are just, and her legs aren't even amongst the biggest. I mean,
No,
there are girls with
no.
bigger legs than that,
But
but
you
her
know, she
glutes
got
are very developed.
yeah, she got her Olympia qualification. Let me see if
Well, congratulations to her too.
yeah. Um is this the one of the women's this is the Fitness International. Yeah, this is the Fitness International.
Look at
Uh
that. A lot of girls, these girls have amazing physiques too. These
yeah,
fitness girls.
yeah. That crazy, crazy.
Some of them almost have like almost figure level physiques, I would say.
Yeah, yep.
So that's pretty much the Arnold, right?
That's the
UK.
Arnold. Now, uh, we can talk a bit about a bit of drama that came out of the show. Apparently, there was I don't know what you call it. There was like a Comic-Con next door. They call it MegaCon, and there was a cosplay or something, you know, basically a Comic-Con. Now,
It's Comic-Con, Japanese
yeah.
anime,
So, and
cosplay stuff, comic book stuff.
yeah, apparently it came out, news came out that now let's go back a bit. The guy that runs the Arnold, Brian Powers, his background comes, a bit of his background was organizing Comic-Con events or something, working behind the scenes. So he knows, and you can tell the marketing of the Arnold is like a mixture of Comic-Con, you know, the way he does things. You can tell there's a big difference from 5 years ago, 6 years ago, you know. Um, so apparently these kids, these young kids, even teenagers, even grown people, you know, some people grow up loving, you know, Pokemon, comic books, cards, dressing up as these Japanese, you know, um,
Anime characters.
anime characters and stuff. And there were some, not bodybuilders, what do you call them? Uh, I don't think you can call them bodybuilders, just making fun of them. Well, because there was a convention on the same weekend, you know, in a different hall. And
Right. So you can see, so I'm sure there's some mixing between
yeah,
crowds.
and these poor kids, you know, it's something they love. I mean, in Malta, there's the Comic-Con as well. This year, Lou Ferrigno came.
Comic-Cons everywhere. They're
Yeah,
huge.
yeah,
Comic-Cons are bigger events than
yeah.
bodybuilding events.
They call it MaltaCon here, but you know, we get Lou Ferrigno. Last year, there was the guy from Flash Gordon, the main actor, and you know, all these guys. You know, anyways, um, and a lot of people were pissed off, and there was one girl, Laura Penny. She's a figure pro with the IVB, and she's with the PCA now, I think. She did a rant. I mean, if people want to go to her page and listen to her, her page is moneypenny underscore IBB Pro. And if looking at her, she has the right to speak because has a fantastic physique. You know, if you go to her page, she knows how to get in condition for events and stuff. And she has a daughter that loves these events, you know. And she's like saying it's appalling that, people making fun of other people that they see this as their hobby and you know she even said that like you're making fun of these kids that go to shows where they collect cards, trade cards, and in fact, some of these people have better jobs than 80% of the people in the fitness industries. Because I'm not saying all the coaches, but there are some people are, dying for work where some businessmen and people like that love these grew up, with their father collecting comics and cards and things like that. It's like there's more of a chance that somebody buying, connects with their parents or big brother or big sister with comic books and cards than going to the gym. You know what I mean? So, and she said they're making fun of these kids dressing up as their characters going to this event. Meanwhile, there's a 30-year-old man waiting in line for an hour to get a sachet of protein powder like this. So she said, what's funnier? You know what I mean? And people forget the biggest bodybuilders in the world. First there was Arnold, Lou Ferrigno, and things like that. Arnold looked up to Reg Park, and other people looked up to Steve Reeves and things like that. Who did we look up to? The guys that are 50, Lou Ferrigno, Stallone, Arnold, The Incredible Hulk, Thor, Conan, So the comic books were always there, they were always there. And who did the younger people look up to? There's other actors, and comic book heroes and things like that. So these guys are making fun of kids that like comics and things like that. Meanwhile, bodybuilding started from those things, you know, and so they should not make fun of anything. Everybody has the right to enjoy their own hobby, and it's a bit of a shame that you would think that something like that would work together, but people going in and making fun of them is not, it's not on. It's a bit sad. It's you know I mean, to go to the Comic-Con, you don't have to dress up like a bloody character. You can just go in and enjoy yourself, and you know I just thought, if you want to go into her page, it's moneypenny_IBB pro, and listen to her rant. I mean, I sent her a message today, and you know listen, the people today have no idea how easy it is to say, I go to the gym. Listen, when I started going to the gym, it was like 1984, 85. It wasn't that easy. A lot of people, the older generation would say, like, I have many gay friends. I mean, it's nothing, but back then, you're gay, or you like
Oh yeah,
staying
no, there was
you
always
like
a
staying
stigma
with
attached to it.
yeah, you like staying with gay people, or those guys are all gay, or it's just don't go to those places because it's just drugs and things like. Or I would buy my read Flex magazine religiously, or Muscle and Fitness, or Muscle Mag, and I would put them in a car magazine, a Motor Trend, or stuff, or Hot Rod magazine. Why? Not because I don't like cars. It's just to keep the talking down. This bullshit. Oh, you go to the gym, you're blah 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 blah. Look, you're looking at men in underpants and things like that. You know what I mean? So I used to just take the easy way out, put them in a. I never used to leave my magazines running around, always in my room and things like that, because nobody has an idea how hard it was back then. There was this ugly cloud over bodybuilding, that thankfully with Stallone and Arnold, and then people started opening up their minds that there's not that critique anymore about these
Yeah,
things.
well, they made it cool to go to the gym.
Yeah, they made it cool, but they have to remember, when we went to the gym, we broke down a lot of brick walls for people, because it wasn't easy, it wasn't easy. Um, to do these things, but making fun of somebody because they like doing something is I think it's ridiculous. I mean, call me what you want. I follow hundreds of pages of people that collect hockey cards, and I just love the thing that they kept them all those years, and they're worth so much money. And I had the same cards, and we used to throw them against the wall to see who goes closest. Then you get all the cards, and they're all ripped and stuff like that. And today they're worth millions. It's like I'm hitting myself in the head all the time, But who would know back then that Wayne Gretzky card would be worth 1 million today? And I had about five of them. You know what I mean? So it's and you talk to people at work. I found out one guy I work with, he collects them. He buys Pokemon stuff. He's like 40, you know. I mean, you know, everybody has their hobby. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is, you know. So don't make fun of people, especially, you know, these young kids that have dreams on their own, you know. So that's one thing I wanted to get off my chest. Uh,
I let you rant away on that one, buddy.
yeah, 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 because it bugged me, you know. It is stupid, you know. I mean,
I
it is.
I I agree with you. I agree with you. It's
Um,
I think that you know,
it is.
I'm
It
not
is.
going to add too much more because I agree with you 100%.
No, it
Obviously,
is.
I just think that
It's
everybody,
ridiculous.
first of all, who are you to make fun of? First of
Yeah,
all, a lot of them are kids. So what are you making fun of kids for? I mean, like that's
yeah,
just stupid.
yeah,
Second of all, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones because who knows any of these, let's just whoever it was, these people who made her angry enough to say something about it,
yeah,
like
yeah.
who knows what skeletons are in their closet? Who knows what
Yeah,
they
who knows
do in
what they
the
like?
privacy of their
Yeah,
own home
yeah,
that may be
yeah,
embarrassing to them if people
yeah,
found out. Like, and then
yeah,
and if you look and if you go, I mean, I live in Las Vegas where there's so many conventions and
yeah,
expos come
yeah,
to. I
yeah,
mean, like you have like things that are for AI or computers
yeah,
or
yeah,
the pornography expos
yeah.
that are there or
That's
the
huge.
I'm serious though. I
Yeah,
mean, like
yeah, yeah,
to everything. I mean, like lighting, whatever industry you're into. I have clients who go to
yeah,
expos who are
yeah,
house builders and this and that.
yeah,
I mean, like everybody has their thing, and
yeah,
no, who's to say that you
yeah.
should make fun of
Let's
anyone? It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Let one example because it just popped in my head. Guy Cisternino, the Mr. Tough Guy. You don't talk back to him. You know, when he wants, he can be hot-headed and he'll answer you back. Did you ever see his card collection of the NFL and baseball and things like that? He's
No,
loaded.
I've never seen that, but
He's
yeah, I mean,
loaded.
that's
So
like
what are you gonna go? You're a nerd. You're gonna call him a nerd? You know? What the
it's just
hell?
stupid. You know what? It reminds me of, and this is one thing. I mean, we have more to talk about, so we won't go crazy with this, but
Yeah,
like, this reminds me of sometimes when I'll be in the gym and you'll see somebody maybe who's very overweight,
yeah,
who is in the gym, they're obese, and
yeah,
then and they're in there and they're trying to work out and
yeah,
trying to better
yeah,
them. And then
yeah,
you hear like a bunch of like people laughing at them or
yeah.
pointing, like, look at that
Why?
fat so and this and that.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
I a lot of times have gone up to people and go, why don't you just shut the fuck up?
yeah.
Because
You know
like
what guts
they're
you have
in
to get
here
in?
trying. You know how hard it is for them to come in
Yeah,
here
yeah,
with a bunch of
yeah,
fit people and do this. I'm
yeah.
like, and they're trying to better themselves.
It's not,
Why would you make fun of them? You
yeah,
should encourage them.
yeah. Just to get
And
through, yeah, just to get through those doors to go. Maybe the doctor told him
exactly.
if you don't get to the gym, you're gonna die. You know what I mean?
And the reason why I bring it up is because just yesterday I was in the gym and a girl walked in who I think was like maybe had like Down syndrome,
Yeah, yeah,
and and she was very heavy, and she was like doing the best she could to work
yeah,
out, and she was actually doing good form, really. And I went up to her and I just went up. I didn't talk to her. I just smiled at her and I just gave her the thumbs up. I was just
yeah,
like, because I felt like that's awesome that she was in the
yeah,
gym,
yeah,
not worrying about what anybody thought about
yeah,
her or worried about what, if people are picking on her or whatever. She's
yeah,
just doing her thing.
yeah,
But I said to myself, I was looking around going, there better be nobody around here
yeah, yeah,
saying nasty stuff about her because I will get pissed off.
yeah. Listen,
So it's like kind
yeah.
of like this. It reminded me of
Yeah, it
that when you
is. It
brought
is.
this
I
up.
mean, listen, Dorian Yates once said, and that I think I'm gonna make a poster of it. It's something like you learn to live life when you don't give a fuck. That's
Well,
it.
that's it. That's when life is at the best, when you don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, yeah. You don't care
And
what
I
people.
don't, and not in the way of like I don't give a fuck, I'm going to kill somebody, but
No, no, no.
like when you don't care what other people think
Yeah,
and you're just being
talk
free to
behind
be
my back.
yourself.
Yeah, talk behind my back. I don't care. You know, you're not gonna do nothing to
It's
me.
what's so funny, Kevin? There's sometimes I'll see people in the gym, like, and they'll have their headphones on,
Yeah,
and they'll just be dancing.
yeah,
Like they'll be dancing like nobody's watching. Like they're in their own little world. They might
yeah,
not even be good dancers.
yeah,
And they'll be like going, and and sometimes I look and I laugh, but I go, I wish I was like that person, like who literally is like, I don't give a crap what anybody thinks about me. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna do my thing, and they're happy as hell, man. Dancing around, they're on
yeah,
the treadmill, they're boogieing and all
yeah,
kinds of stuff. Those people are truly free.
yeah, Yeah,
They're free.
true. And it's like this, like what this lady was, what Laura was trying to say, just let it be, man. Just let these kids have
It's
fun,
just so stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree with 100%.
what do you want these kids to stay inside all day? At least they're going
It's
out.
their thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
their thing, man. It's
yeah,
no different than people who used to love Superman and
yeah, yeah.
back in the
That's the
Batman
thing.
and all that kind of stuff.
Ask,
Now it's Japanese
yeah,
anime. It's the same
yeah,
thing. It's just
ask,
more
yeah,
expanded.
yeah. 100%, 90% of the
I
bodybuilders say,
guarantee you there are multi millionaires out there that have like collections of like Batman
of
paraphernalia
course,
or
of course.
Superman or superhero stuff or just
Yeah,
or Marvel comic stuff
yeah.
because they just like it.
I would love to if I can afford it. Buying these
Yeah, I mean, if
comics.
I myself can afford it, I'd like to have a garage full of exotic
Yeah,
cars.
yeah, yeah,
A Lambo, Ferrari,
yeah,
Corvette
yeah,
ZR1.
yeah, yeah. Which one I'm gonna drive today? But
Yeah, I would love that. That'd be
I'm
fun.
not gonna take it out because that guy's making fun of me.
I'd have my Monday,
Yeah,
my Monday Lamborghini, my
yeah,
Tuesday Ferrari, my Wednesday Corvette.
yeah. So,
Anyway,
but that
good for her that
I
she made
wanted to
that
get that
post.
out of the place because I don't want people to think that we don't care about anything. But when these people like I don't write to them anymore. I just send a voice message and it gets to them better for some reason. So and like that, it's like the world comes a bit closer when you can talk to these people. But anyways,
Yeah, I think it was good that you brought that up.
so Joseph, Arnold's son, um,
Yes, competed for
he
the first time this weekend.
Yeah, he competed last weekend, and we were one of the only podcasts that brought it up. And then obviously, when it started, the word getting out that he's going to compete, TMZ got it, and
Of course, it's kind of a
yeah,
it's Arnold's son.
everybody. We talked about it a bit, and you know, uh, so this is him at the Colorado Natural NPC. He placed first in the heavyweight class, open, bodybuilding. Men's classic physique, true novice first. Men's classic physique, novice first. And men's classic physique, open, class C, probably because of height or whatever. He placed second. So, you know, natural physique, you can, it's obvious it's a natural physique.
Clearly natural physique.
Yeah. Um, uh, he has his father's, the genetics are there, he's not far off. Uh, here he is posing, you know. Um, no, he's
Yeah,
there,
and remember, listen, remember, he's also chosen the path. At least for now, I don't know, maybe it was permanent, but he didn't go his father's path, who, yes, did use steroids, not
Yeah.
like they do today, and
Yeah,
he's chosen to do it naturally, and
of
this is
course.
what he's done so far, and
Yeah.
got quite a lot of people. If he was just walking around on a beach, a lot of people's heads would turn and go, "Man, I wish I could look like that guy."
Yeah. He really looks like
Because
his dad.
he's got muscle, he's got shape,
Yeah. He really looks like his father, God, man.
he has a lot of his father in him,
Gee, crazy.
and good for him. I mean, he
Yeah, I'm happy
good for
for
him
him.
that he got out on stage and he did that.
Yeah.
This was his first ever show because that's what the true
Yeah.
novice class, for people who are
Yeah.
out there who don't know what that means.
Yeah.
True novice means you've never competed before. Novice means you've never won a novice class before.
Yeah, because
And
they
then,
they changed the rules a bit. True
yeah,
novice is
there's a true
novice.
novice. If you've never competed,
I think
you could
novice
stay a
now
novice. If
you have to
you
place
can, as long as you have not won a novice class, you
or
could
no,
stay
you
novice.
place below top 10, I think, or something like that.
Oh, from what
I
I
don't
know, from what
it's written
I've known,
somewhere. Yeah.
yeah, so you could stay. I think as long as you don't win a novice class, you can keep competing novice. And then
Yeah.
when but you can. But the thing is, you could be a true novice and compete an open like he did. You still have the choice to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. I had uh I had sent it to a friend.
I wonder if that's something that he just did once and he wanted to do, or if he's going to keep competing.
Listen, people were saying why didn't he do the Arnold USA? But listen, um
He's a natural guy. I
no,
mean,
but the thing is, no, it's not just why didn't you do the Arnold USA? It's I can understand him. He wanted to do it on his own. Can you imagine doing the Arnold Amateur?
Well, that's something else we discussed. Having
Yeah,
Arnold's name attached to it, if he would have
yeah,
done really well, been like, oh, Arnold's his dad, of course.
yeah, yeah.
I agree with him.
No.
I think it was a smart move.
I mean, Sam Sulek is getting already getting enough, not hate, criticism because he's a social media guy. They want him at the show. He's one of the main stars, so he's gonna place well. He got his pro card really easy. But listen, he's showing people that he can come in shape. All right, maybe he's not.
Hey, listen, he placed only seventh out of ninth, but he was in shape.
Listen,
He
he's
was in
doing
he was
well.
conditioned. He's got a lot of work to do
He
on his physique, but
stayed. He stayed all day, all night till the last person left, and everybody else was sleeping. He's one of those. He does it for the fans, and
you could say what you want about him, but probably he's making a lot more money than you.
yeah, he's
And I might
making.
mean you. I just mean people who say stuff
Yeah,
about him.
yeah. You have to
He's
start
he's
making
he's
videos,
doing it.
eating cereal in the morning, going to the gym. You
I
know,
mean, he's probably a
coming
high
back.
six-figure
Yeah,
kid already.
yeah. Eat a couple of sandwiches.
Yeah, because he
Yeah,
he
yeah,
made a splash on YouTube. He
yeah,
caught people's attention,
yeah.
and now, but the thing is, he's not just a YouTube guy anymore. He's in on stage
He
showing
put
his
his
stuff. He's not just YouTube.
He put his, he's the people were saying get on stage and he got on stage. Look at him,
He did,
he's
and
a
he's in shape.
he's a mainstay at the Arnold's. Maybe he doesn't have the desire to be at the Olympia, maybe he does, but he probably says, listen, if I compete twice a year at the Arnold's, I'm happy. You know,
Or he may keep going and try to qualify for the Olympia. Who
he
knows?
might keep going, who knows.
But whatever, he's very successful. Can't take that away from him.
What else did I want to talk about? Touching a bit on Chris Aceto. He called out today or yesterday when I was listening to the show today. Uh, Nick Power and Strength. Nick Strength and Power. Anyways. Um,
Power and strength, I think.
yeah, Nick Power is it. Because he's like he has a great channel, he keeps up to date with the news, but he believes he shouldn't be a commentator at the show because he thinks allegedly he doesn't have an eye for bodybuilding. Now, I don't know what he said during the event. He might have
Oh no, I don't know either.
he might have talked down to, he probably didn't talk about Andrew Jack the way he wanted him to. Everybody has an opinion. People are saying that he likes to push Nick Walker a bit more, you know what I mean? But he did call him out a bit, I'm wondering if Nick will answer him. He probably won't because Nick is not the type of guy that likes controversy. Um, but Chris was talking about that. Then I read I sent you that comment from Psych Chris. What's his name? What's his full name? Eric. Chris
Uh,
Psycho.
Chris, gosh, and I know him so well, and I can't remember his last name, but that's only because I'm old.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, yeah, Chris, but he's
Yeah.
everybody knows him as Psycho Fitness in
Yeah.
California.
Psycho.
Great guy. He used to train. He used to actually work with Charles Glass,
Yeah.
sort of like with him, and
Yeah.
then he went off on his own, and now he's got
Yeah.
his own gym in California,
Yeah.
very successful,
Christopher
and a hell
Lewis.
of a nice guy.
Christopher
Yes, Chris
Lewis.
Lewis,
Yeah.
uh,
So,
hell of a nice guy.
apparently, they were talking about. He's like saying they were indirectly talking about him because Chris was saying how good of a coach, Kamal is and how he pushed them ahead. And people are forgetting that Psycho was with Chris Aceto when Andrew started to climb up the ranks. And it's like today he put out a post saying, maybe it's about time that he opens his mouth about these things. So here it is. Uh,
Yeah, Chris is not very vocal.
yeah.
Generally, not very
Here it
vocal, so
is.
he must really be upset.
Yeah, here it is. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Um, so basically, uh, there's this quote, right? Chris Aceto on Andrew. What was frustrating for me is I wasn't seeing what I wanted to really see and what I thought I should be seeing. I thought it might just be a tough nut to crack. The missing link was Kamal. So I think this is what he thinks was a jab towards him, Chris Psycho. Okay. Um, because once someone understood that body and how to train it, then that allowed me to do my thing with the diet and nutrition. So this is when they were talking about it, obviously. Then, and let me see if I can zoom in here. Yeah. So then here you can you see this?
Yes.
Yeah, so Chris said, Psycho Fitness said, I've been totally quiet long, guys. I've been totally quiet. Guys throw me under the bus, but I'm going to tell you, it's getting hard to stay quiet. Congratulations to the new team. I think they're doing a great job, but stop dumping on me. So, you know, basically, he's thinking that this was a jab towards him, this comment. I know that he had a slight of a falling out with Chris, I think it was, allegedly, after with Andrew Jacked, the way he trained him and things like, because there was a time when Andrew wasn't getting the results that they thought he should be getting. I think he placed fifth or something at the Olympia back then when he was with Chris Psycho Fitness. And it just, it didn't work out. Now these guys, when Chris worked with Chris Psycho Fitness worked with Chris Aceto, they made Sean Roden Mr. Olympia. If am I correct?
Yes.
They were
When
a team.
Chris was training Sean
Yeah,
full time,
they were the team
while
that
Chris
got.
Aceto was helping
Yeah,
him diet, that was the
yeah,
year he won.
yeah. That
Yeah.
so they used to click well, but there was like this falling out somewhere. I would love to hear, the version of Chris Psycho, because he's really quiet. He doesn't talk much. Um,
Uh, yes, Chris is a quiet guy. He's a humble guy.
yeah,
I used to see him every day at Gold's Gym when I used to train there. He's a great guy. I would love to have him on the show just in general because
yeah.
he's a talented
Yeah, I'll
trainer,
reach,
and
we'll reach out to him. Not
yeah,
to,
he's a good guy.
not to, he probably thinks highly of Kamal as well. I mean, listen, Kamal,
I don't think Chris has any. See, Chris to me, okay. I'll tell you why I know. I remember there was a year that I was in Gold's Gym, and um, I was training Lionel Brown, who
yeah, I
was
remember
a
him.
IFBB
Yeah,
bodybuilder,
yeah, yeah,
and I took over his diet, and I did some training with him. And Chris, who was another trainer in the gym, one day I was training Lionel in the gym, and even though Dave was filming me train Lionel, Chris was filming also because he wanted to make sure that I got the credit that I deserved
okay.
in working with Lionel, and he wanted to take the credit away from somebody else who I'm not going to mention that was kind of taking some credit. So he's a really good, like, fair guy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
so I don't think I don't think he's feels. I mean, he's probably very happy for Andrew. He probably
No, no,
happy for Chris
he
and Kamal.
is.
But
Yeah,
I just think that he's feeling like um, because of what they're saying, like finally somebody knows how to train
yeah,
him.
yeah, I
Was
know.
almost saying like Chris didn't know how to train him.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
That's
I
what I'm
mean,
viewing here.
taking away nothing from Kamal. We know Kamal and Chris Aceto are
He's very
long, long,
talented.
long, long time friends. All right. Kamal, like we said, from his young teenage years and in his 20s, multiple world IFBB world champion. He's made hundreds of thousands of dollars as an amateur. He moves to the pro league. He wins the 212 Olympia, the Arnold Classic, blah blah blah, and he's still in great shape. And as well, I wanted to say that Chris spit it out today that Kamal could be competing again. Now, where will he be competing? We don't know. He said he's all bulked up and he's in great shape because Kamal knows how to come in great shape, right? So he might be competing this year on a side note. So, but listen, Kamal maybe clicked well with Andrew Jack, maybe, you
See,
know,
sometimes that's the truth. Is that
yeah,
sometimes people click in
yeah,
more than just
yeah,
the workout techniques or whatever. They
yeah,
just click. Just something
yeah,
feels good between the people, and they have a
yeah,
good rapport with each other, and
yeah.
that makes things better.
Yeah, listen, I'm just gonna say it as an example. Maybe if Chris Psycho Fitness teamed up with Martin Fitzwater, It would be match made in heaven, Who knows?
Or
Yeah,
Merlin.
or the
Yeah,
wizard and the Martian.
exactly. Oh, that'll be, oh my God, Merlin and the Martian. That'd be great.
Merlin
Let's
and the
go.
Martian.
Hey, Martin, let's do it.
Yeah, let's
Um,
send him a message.
but
Yeah, I
listen,
he
Chris,
he
in the
hasn't blocked me yet, so
let me just
so
say, I know Chris personally. He's a great guy.
no,
He's a talented
yeah,
guy. He's a good guy. And I don't
yeah.
really know the extent. I don't,
But
maybe Chris wasn't dumping on him. He was just
yeah,
lifting up
I
some
know,
about.
but
I don't know
yeah, we don't
enough
know the
about it. Maybe
backstory.
Chris knows more.
Yeah, yeah,
But all I can say from my side is Chris is a
yeah.
great guy and a talented
Listen,
trainer.
and it's a shame because Chris Psycho, let's call it Chris Psycho Fitness. Um, he helped. He was a part of Sean Roding winning the Olympia. Who knows what other
Yeah, and I
athletes?
watched him do it.
Yeah, who knows what other athletes he helped. And he's like really quiet on the side. Nobody talks about him.
You never hear about him.
No, no,
He
no.
just
He
does
has
his
his own
thing.
thing. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
he just trains
He opened
people
up
and
his
yeah,
own little gym in Southern California, and he does
yeah,
well from what I know.
yeah,
And he does his thing, and he keeps
yeah.
quiet, and he does
He
his
just,
thing.
I
And
think he just wanted out of the drama. I don't think he
I
could.
mean, like sometimes you can handle people saying things, but then it just gets a little too much, and you
Yeah,
finally just break, and you
yeah,
got to. But even what he said was very calm. He didn't
yeah.
take a shot.
No,
He
no, no.
congratulated them, and he
Yeah.
just said, "Hey, kind of leave me out of it."
Yeah, I mean, for him to say that, either somebody sent him that clip or he's watching everything still. He's probably still while he's driving or training or listening to these things like shit. Are they talking about me or you know what I mean? So, but I didn't finish listening to the whole podcast because I arrived home because I listened to them in my car and um, yeah. So Andrew Jacked is the guy that everybody's talking about. He's the guy to beat, and now we have to see what's going to happen at the Olympia, basically, on that subject.
He's
Yeah,
he's definitely one of the ones
yeah.
who's going to be super dangerous.
Before we get into Ask Merlin, we forgot about our buddy David,
Oh, David,
the
what does
Hestiny,
he go by on Instagram again?
the Hestinified.
Destiny? D Destiny?
Bodebi Davo Indukuru. He is
I
the
couldn't pronounce his
Hestinified.
name twice.
So, with the IFBB Pro on the other side of the world, Rafael
It's not
Cesar.
called the Elite Pro anymore, is it?
No, no, it's IFBB Pro.
Now it's just IFBB
It's I
Pro.
it the Rafael is
It's almost
using.
like you say IFBB Pro Europe,
Yeah, but
or
he's because there's a fight between Mannion and Rafael about the IFBB
but
Pro
it's
name.
not considered Pro League.
No,
IFBB Pro
Pro
League is
IFBB Pro League is
Olympia.
registered to Mannion. In fact, it's
Right.
IFBB Professional League is what Mannion has.
Okay.
So now,
So the other one's just called IFBB Pro.
it's like IFBB
It's
Pro.
or IFBB.
It's IFBB Pro 1946 something when it was originated. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's
Whatever.
cop
It's very
it's cop
confusing for people
it's
who don't
copyright.
understand.
I know in a way it was better when it was Elite Pro, but they want to use
Yeah.
IFBB Pro again, so we have to go with it. That's why I say IFBB
Okay.
Pro
Well, anyway.
Rafael. Um, so David, as we know, he's their number one bodybuilder now. Before there was Mikal, Chris, uh,
Rizzo
Crizo.
was at one point.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
the top guy. And then there was another guy, Mika, which he's still one of the top guys. But now it's David. All right,
Now I'd say David is king of the hill.
he's the king. And one of their biggest events is in Russia. It's the Siberian Power Show. There's a huge amateur event. It was just this weekend. And there's a huge pro show, bikini, women's physique, bodybuilding, and stuff like that. And they get, the top bodybuilders go and compete there. So David went again, and let me see. Here you can see him with the monster of the IVB Pro League, Sergi. Because
And you can tell he's a monster because look at the size
yeah,
of his hamstring.
yeah. Even though it's in
Look at
it's
his
in
leg.
yeah, it's in Russia. And to say the backstory, Sergi, when he was with the IFBB amateur of Rafael's side, he climbed up the ranks, and this was the main show to compete at. And obviously, he didn't dominate it like some other bodybuilders. He just went into the NPC then when he felt he was confident enough to do it, and he got his pro card anyways. But this is the show. And this is him competing. Uh, Fantastic physique, huh?
He's just got great lines,
Yeah, yeah,
great fullness and roundness.
yeah,
Look at his legs, how sharp they are.
yeah, yeah. Let me see if
He's
there's
and
another
he's complete. Great abs.
something that doesn't get us dizzy. Is this the one? Yeah, this is him. Great physique. Great physique.
He has almost like a combination of like a Dexter
Yeah,
Jackson,
yeah, yeah,
Lex Wheeler-ish,
yeah.
you know, mixture.
Could he have slightly more condition, maybe on the upper body?
I
But
think I've seen him harder than this.
yeah, but he
I
looks
think I've
great.
seen him harder than this,
Look at that
but
physique.
he's still even him at 90% is still so damn good. I mean, look
Yeah,
at those legs. Look how
yeah,
strided they are just standing there
yeah.
and flexing them.
M Many times Dexter wrote, and William Bonac, when are you going to switch over? And he just laughs, you know.
He laughs because he's like, "Why should I?"
Yeah, you
He
should.
already
You have to.
explained it to he explained it to us.
Yeah, you have to watch his interview to know why. You know, he's just living it. You know, he loves it. You know. Um,
And he's a great guy. Like he's
yeah,
just
yeah.
so much fun.
He
He
loves.
enjoys himself. He's just
Yeah,
like just exactly living the life
yeah.
that he wants to live. I mean,
He
it's
trains a
awesome.
lot with Andrew Jacked. You know, they're very good friends. You know, so you know, everybody goes where they want to go. You know, everybody goes where they're happy. You know,
He's got a good life. Why should he
I
change it?
don't care. It's bodybuilding. You know, so I'm glad that he's enjoying it and that he won.
Yep.
He's the first bodybuilder to win it twice in a row in the Siberian Pro Show.
And he's
So
honestly, he was one of my favorite interviews we've ever done.
yeah, really funny
He was
guy.
so much fun to talk to.
You never know that he's on a
And remember,
diet.
remember how he was talking about that when he was younger, they would train every body part every
Yeah,
day of the week. They had no idea, and they would train in a gym that was on basically walking on sand
yeah,
and with fake weights that they made. And I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah. It's crazy. It's
awesome
crazy.
stuff.
This guy,
I'd love to have him on again just because he's such a
yeah,
good mood elevator.
this guy Eddie Wilson came second, which is another. He's not
Yeah,
young,
he
huh?
looks really good.
Yeah, fantastic physique. Let me see. Like, this is him here. Great physique. He's not a young bodybuilder anymore, but
No, yeah, I think he's in his 40s, isn't he?
yeah, he has a
He
great,
does. He's got a good freaking
yeah, look at that.
good condition.
Great physique, This was last year at the Siberian show, but he
Look at those
competed
legs,
this.
man.
Yeah, yeah, great, fantastic bodybuilder. I've never
Great
met
legs.
I've never met him on real face to face yet, but I hope I can meet him one day. Um, you know, there's a lot of great bodybuilders out there.
There's a lot of bodybuilders no, we've never heard of that are
No,
amazing. They're
no,
all over the
no. There's
place.
a lot, a lot. But
There's a
anyway,
lot of monsters. I mean, even like you told me that the
yeah.
amount of monsters that come from Iran and
Oh, it's just
you know,
it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean,
because you really know the European scene really
yeah, I
well.
mean, this is the Power Show site. There's the like this, like I told you once, this is the fit model in Europe and in Russia it's huge. The women come out with dresses and then they come out with a bikini.
Oh
So
yeah, so they make it more like a yeah,
yeah, yeah, it's huge.
like a beauty pageant physique
This is
show.
their fit model. Then these women come out with one piece bikinis. So it's they have the
It's a
arm
little different
wrestling.
everywhere.
They have the arm wrestling and stuff. It's like a mini Olympia. The level the show is at. I mean, I was invited, to go as well, but I didn't feel like traveling to Russia this year.
Yeah, I
So,
could understand that.
yeah, I mean, these guys go, they don't care for bodybuilding. They do everything. So, good for them. And I'm happy for them. It's a great show. I love it. I mean, I always look forward to it to see the highlights and apparently they really put on a great show. Um uh so basically we have Ask Merlin.
Yeah, bringing it back.
Yeah, he's
No
back.
mini Merlin, but
Yeah.
I did get a good question. somebody was asking me about creatine, which has been around since I think it became popular in 1992, 3, when Bill Phillips and EAS, who had Muscle Media 2000, they brought it out, and sort of introduced it to the world, and it became just every bodybuilder was using creatine
Hmm.
back then. And to this day, even though it's not as popular in the sense that that's not talked about as much, it's still probably the most researched,
Hmm.
uh, especially creatine monohydrate supplements on the planet. It's probably the most researched and the most scientifically and in the trenches backed effective supplements. But now what's happening is that it's being shown to not only be incredibly effective in the bodybuilding space, but in other areas as well. And one of the main areas is brain function.
Wow.
So when I was asked this question, he didn't ask me about brain function, but he said that he was another kid from the gym, and he was talking to me, and he said, "Hey, is creatine still like do you still consider it one of the best?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's still one of the best supplements out there. Everybody should be using it." And he goes, "Yeah, I've been reading. It used to be like you're supposed to take like a loading phase, and then you take 5 grams a day every day, and that keeps you loaded. But I'm seeing some articles or something about saying like I hear that higher doses are even better, and it's true actually. A lot of studies are being done that are showing that 10 grams a day, excuse me, um, is now becoming a more popular dose, but it's really not so much for the bodybuilding portion of it because creatine, basically what it does is you take creatine monohydrate. Um, it gets stored as creatine phosphate in the body. And then our main energy source for our muscles is ATP. So when ATP gets broken down while we're training, that's adenosine triphosphate, becomes adenosine diphosphate and then monophosphate. So the creatine phosphate lends phosphates to the ATP so it can be more quickly, made again, and your body has more energy, which is why you get stronger on creatine, why you can usually do more reps with the same weight
Mhm.
on creatine. A lot of people also don't know that creatine as well um, lowers myostatin levels. It's been shown to lower myostatin, and myostatin is what
Okay.
is in our body that actually um, uh, sort of limits our muscle growth, which is why they have all um, those I think it's like cows or something that are like myostatin free, and they're like these
All right.
cows with muscles all over the place. And I think that like Flex Wheeler once had
Yeah.
a myostatin test and he had almost none in his body, which is why he's such a freak. Maybe Ronnie Coleman too, and also increases IGF-1 levels as well. So, and that's also incredibly anabolic. And then also creatine um, draws fluid into the muscle cells, and when muscle cells get full and they get expand, that's actually an anabolic trigger. So creatine is on many levels, just an incredible bodybuilding supplement. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, 5 grams a day after you've loaded, and you don't even have to load. You could just do 5 grams a day longer, and it'll eventually load. But the first, especially for athletes, the first place the body is going to use creatine is for the muscles. So they pretty much uh, you know will just grab all of it and use it. Now, when you go higher and you go like 10 grams a day, and I've even heard some people go even higher than that, people don't understand that the brain also uses ATP. That's its
Okay.
main source of energy. And as we get older, our body starts, storing less and less ATP. Um, how do I want to say it? It's like the neurons have like limited energy stores, and then it gets less and less as we age. So when you start taking more creatine, then the brain actually can start using it as well.
Okay.
So now the brain is better supplied with creatine phosphate, which then donates to make ATP, and that will increase brain function, especially in, it's been shown, especially in stressful situations
Okay.
where you can be depleted very, very quickly, or in uh, like if you're sleep deprived, like let's just say like you just having like a week where your sleep is terrible, and that usually makes you all brain fogged and this and that. They've actually shown that if you supplement with creatine during these times, your brain function does not drop off at all, and actually may even be higher than your normal brain function because that's how powerful the creatine is. So it's being used a lot more for cognitive function. It's also an anti-inflammatory for the brain. Helps with mental clarity, memory. So it's really really good
I think we need to
for anyone to use
get a
higher levels.
sponsor for the show
Yeah, but
so we don't
especially as you get
forget.
older, even for myself, I found that a
Yeah.
lot of times because I work a lot of hours and I work on the computer, um, I notice that I can get brain fog, especially if I don't sleep well. And I'm not a
Yeah.
great sleeper. I'm
No,
the kind of
even
person who
me.
wakes up
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
many times a night. I don't get that good.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I anybody who gets like a good 7, 8 hours in a row, I'm like, I don't even know how you do it because I just never can
No.
do it. I'll sleep for like an hour and a half, wake up, and sleep for
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Same here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Same
that's
here.
how I am. So creatine definitely helps me because I'm constantly creating new workouts. I'm constantly creating diets. I'm looking at photos. I'm evaluating, doing everything I do as a coach. A lot of times I do a lot of writing. I've written for, as many people know, all the magazines. I have books that I've written,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that takes a lot of
Of course.
uh,
Yeah.
clarity, and you can't have that brain fog because otherwise nothing
Yeah.
comes out. You just
Yeah.
look at the computer and
It's
nothing
true.
comes out.
It's
So
true.
creatine, actually, I have found um, that when I increased my dose, uh, that that brain fog kind of goes away. So
Wow.
it really, really is effective, and it's really, really coming out today that its use goes beyond just for athletic purposes, but also goes into just you know it's actually shown to be healthy in a lot of respects. But what's really being studied now is the effects on the brain, and it really,
So
really has wonderful
so
effects.
why don't doctors like recommend it sometimes, you know?
I just think doctors are ignorant in to me, when I don't think that when they go to medical school that doctors are taught anything about nutrition
Yeah.
or anything about natural supplementation. They're just talked about drugs. What drug does this and that? And the truth of the matter is there are a lot of natural substances in the world that are as effective as a lot of these drugs with less
Yeah.
side effects.
Yeah. I
I mean, the
mean,
truth of the matter is that when I had people who know me for a long time, when I had my heart attack in 2018, they put me on a whole plethora of drugs. They're like, you're going to have to be on these drugs forever. And that never sat right with me. So I did a lot of research, and I also knew somebody who knew a lot about this. And we came up with a plan for me using natural supplements,
yeah.
which of course cost a lot less money, had
Yeah.
much less side effects. And I went on a course of natural supplements and was able to control everything I needed to control
Yeah.
using natural supplements. So that's why I don't think doctors know unless you find somebody who's like in sports medicine who really
Yeah.
knows
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
how effective creatine would be. Plus, also you have to remember, they want the medical industry to make the
Of
money.
course.
So they want the
Of
medical industry
course.
to be making or
Yeah.
prescribing a drug when there might be something like
Yeah.
creatine that's more effective than a drug. So
Yeah. When I broke my arm and had the operation and they put the titanium plate and everything, they put me on really heavy, heavy painkillers. What's that painkiller? What's the ingredient? Yeah,
oxycodone,
n- um,
morphine.
not morphine. My God, I forgot. Anyways, you have, it says, the box says highly addictive, you
It's
know?
like an oxycodone, so it's probably a
Yeah.
narcotic.
And I was taking that. I was taking they call it here Catafast. It's a like a painkiller as well. You're only supposed to take it for 2 weeks because it makes the liver dirty and all that stuff, I mean, literally you're peeing, you know, uh,
Yeah, a lot of these things are very hard on the liver, even
brown,
Tylenol.
it's like brown, I mean, and you're only supposed to take it for 2 weeks. I took it for 4 months straight, 3 times a day, plus the painkillers and plus like aspirin as well for the headaches. And everybody's telling me, no, you have to taper them. You have to taper them, taper. I just stopped cold turkey. Boom. Because this thing of, because then and once it happened to me, I had the box still in my bag, and I went back to work after 4 months because that's how long it took me to, I had my arm stuck to me like this for like 4 months. I had to sleep sitting down. I was like a total wreck. The minute I felt some pain, opioids there was in it, I think, or something
Oh,
like that.
opioids.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I meant.
And the first minute I felt pain, I went in the bag and I took one and I said, no, this can't happen. And I threw them away. I just threw them away. Because if they're there and you feel the slight pit of it, you're gonna take it, you know. It does wonders for headaches and things like that, but I don't want that stuff running in my system. You know what I mean? I prefer natural.
And
And
it's addictive. A lot of people get
it is
severely addicted.
I mean, there's on the box there was a huge label like this, highly addictive, you know. And my family doctor, he's the type of doctor I have to beg him sometimes to give me some pills because he takes the natural way, you know, mix this, have honey with that, use that, this helps, you know, try this. Then when he's desperate, then he gives you the proper
Well, there are
medication.
times where certain drugs, pharmaceuticals,
Yeah,
are needed. Get
yeah,
like when
yeah,
I just had my whole blood clot thing,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I was in such severe pain.
yeah, but
They
obviously,
prescribed me
yeah,
oxycodone. I
yeah,
mean, I even took fentanyl one night,
yeah,
but that
yeah,
was given to me in the emergency.
yeah,
But
yeah,
they gave me oxycodone because that's how bad my pain was.
yeah,
Nothing was going to control it.
yeah,
But even though they gave me like 20 pills, I think I took like two because I just would only take it if I so desperately needed
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't want to rely on it. So I still have
yeah,
like a whole bottle left of it
yeah,
because I
yeah.
just would, but it definitely, sometimes you have no choice, but
Yeah,
it
it's
can
true.
become
No,
a.
no, it's true. I mean, you know, but that thing of creatine, it's interesting. I'm going to read about it, you know, a bit more. Even this thing of the
Very
brain.
interesting. And
Yeah.
yep, it's really, really good for brain function that
Because
I
that
think
happens
even,
to me a lot. Like you see me on the show, I'll forget like a Derek Lunsford. I'll forget his name, or I'll be thinking about something. I'm like, what's that guy's name, man? It's be like, then after
and I
like
think
10 minutes, I'll be like Chris Cormier. Like Chris Cormier. I mean, he's been in, you know, his name is everywhere in my head. Just doesn't come out, you know. I
I
mean,
believe they've even shown that, if I'm correct, I'm pretty sure I am, that studies have shown that even with Alzheimer's disease, that people with Alzheimer's, that they take creatine and it slows down the effects and they do better
good.
with creatine. So, like I said, if you take 5 grams a day, your muscles are going to tend to steal it, especially if you're a bodybuilder athlete kind of person. But if you go to 10, and I know, I was even listening to somebody the other day, a woman who's also loves, this woman who's, she was on the PBD podcast, and she talks about when she has to like travel and sometimes change time zones or doesn't get
Yeah,
sleep,
yeah.
she goes to like 20 grams a day, and it'll keep her straight for all of her everything
Yeah.
that she has to do. So, yeah, it's really really good for, it's really really good for the brain. So,
I'm gonna look into
which
it.
is
Yeah,
uh, very valuable for any of us.
it
So.
is. It's true. Anyways, that's a good question. That was a good question today. Obviously, I'm pushing so people send questions.
I
Um,
know I saw that. I like that thing you came up with, the Ask Merlin questions. That was really cool.
yeah,
I
the
copied it, and so I'm going to use it.
yeah.
I really like that.
I want people to send in. I mean, hundreds of people see the posts. I don't know what their problem is, you know. Not their problem, not maybe everybody, you know, this is the one. I put this, I obviously thanks to you know, Kevin sitting on the sofa watching Netflix, and all I wrote was, you know, ask Merlin, send your training and diet questions, and it gave me this, you know, workout
It was
tips.
very cool.
It did all this on its own. I didn't even write these things.
AI is insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it comes in handy, you know. Um, you know,
Yeah.
I want people to, you know, get involved more, send their questions for you, especially, you know, and I always tell them that, you know, you're the guy that's going to answer them. You know, you're, you know, qualified, you've been on, you know, everywhere and, you know, I want them to ask you these questions, you know. I mean, even if there are questions they don't want it to go public, they should just send you an email and ask you something, you know. I mean, maybe it's because something, maybe they're not comfortable of us. We never mention names of who's asking the question, but maybe if it's something heavy or something they're a bit sensitive about, they ask you, you know, you keep it personal, you know, private, you know. You know,
Yeah.
it's we're here to help as well, you know. I mean, you know, the fitness industry, there's many questions about anything. And some people might think some questions are stupid or embarrassing, but hey, ask
And
you.
and there are some questions that are going to be asked over and over and over again.
Yeah, yeah,
But you also have to remember that there's new people getting into bodybuilding
yeah,
every day.
yeah,
So they
yeah,
might just have a simple question like, how
yeah,
do I build upper chest? Which to
yeah,
most of us would be like, oh,
yeah.
well, incline, but they don't know. And
They
that's
don't
why it's
know.
important to
They
keep
don't know.
going over these questions again. But
Yeah,
I really liked when he asked me the creatine question. I know he was talking about bodybuilding, but it made me start to think like, oh, this is
yeah,
the reason why you're reading that. Is not
yeah,
so much because of bodybuilding, it's because of the mind thing. So I thought it'd be
yeah,
really good to bring up here.
yeah. No, no, it was a good one. It was a good one today. That question, it's interesting how it affects the mind and things like that. So, no, it was great. So, I guess that's it.
It
We had
for
a
today,
great
I think.
show. Yeah, a good show. Next week, maybe we're gonna have a super, super
I'm
guest.
working on a super guest.
Yeah, a super, super guest. And if he comes on, we'll reveal it a day, maybe before. We
Yeah.
have to, he's he's so busy. Um,
A
so
very busy person.
so we have to
Everybody knows him.
take it hour by hour, and if he accepts, I'll probably, have a couple of restless nights seeing what we're going to talk about. But
There would be a lot to talk about with him. So yeah,
yeah,
so I mean, I did mention, I told you earlier that this guy actually said to me, I mentioned to him that we have an opening for him next week, but he didn't say next week definitely. But I think he's going to come on. So if it's not next week,
yeah,
another week.
no, it's not too.
And I know we also have Lee Haney coming
Lee
back on
Haney
soon.
accepted. I let him. Obviously, I talked to him. He answered me when he was in the about a day before he went to the UK. Obviously, I don't want to pressure him, and he told me, of course, when I come back, you
Oh,
know,
he's such a good guy. I mean,
what,
he's a
of
gentleman.
course, I'm telling you, you would expect him to say no, but we're gonna talk about his show. I told him the show is
He can
dedicated
talk
to
about
me.
whatever he wants.
Yeah,
Lee,
just let him
Lee
talk.
Haney's earned that.
And I want him to talk about, unfortunately, the health scare and what stage he's at, and just you know just to make things clear that people don't think oh, it's bodybuilding. I don't think it was bodybuilding because he controlled it for 25 years. I mean, if it was bodybuilding, he would have been, he had to do it a long time ago if
I
he
think his situation was
no,
a
no, it's
genetic.
heredity. Yeah, yeah. It's a problem. Yeah, listen, man, everybody's human. Just because you're a bodybuilder doesn't mean that you're perfect. The
Hey,
problem.
listen, I had a massive heart attack at age
Yeah,
49. I
yeah,
had never took a steroid in my
yeah.
life. So
I
I'm sorry,
mean,
you can't blame that.
no, no. There were fantastic bodybuilders. Unfortunately, they had cancer. Fantastic bodybuilders, everybody's human. Everybody gets sick. Everybody gets old. Look at Schwarzenegger. People still don't accept that. People say, "Oh, look how he looks now." The guy is in his 70s, man. He's in his mid 70s. Everybody gets old. It's father time. The world pulls you down. Your skin starts going. It's gravity. You know what I
Even
mean?
Chuck Norris can die.
Yeah. Chuck Norris. Yeah. He died on his own terms. He went to the hospital, and the next day, you know he's probably kicking butt up there, and he lived his life. He got old, and I mean, 2 days
Well,
before he
that's the
was,
point. Everybody,
yeah, 2 days
Sylvester
before,
Stallone at his
yeah,
advanced age looks incredible, but he's
yeah,
not going to look like he did when he did Rocky
yeah, 2
4.
day 2 days before he was punching the bag like crazy, Chuck Norris. So
Yeah.
that was his number, and that's it. Jesus, it is what it is. You have to live life every day to the fullest, and all right, there's bad times as well. I mean, everybody goes through bad times, but
Yeah.
we just have to
Well, we love
enjoy.
Lee. The last time he was on the show, one of the most popular guests,
Yeah,
and
hey,
he could
loved
talk
it.
about anything he wants.
One of
So
my heroes. So
one of the legends,
yeah,
absolute.
he's the number one guy.
Him and Ronnie Coleman own the most Mr. Olympia titles.
Yeah,
Period.
you look at him. He had a back problem. He was probably fighting it his whole life, and unfortunately, some botched up operations. It is what it is where he is. You know what I mean? But he said he will do it over again if he had to. He doesn't care.
He doesn't stop smiling. He
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
complain. He doesn't
yeah,
bitch. He doesn't whine.
yeah,
He still
yeah,
travels to all these shows.
yeah, yeah. So
He's amazing.
it's amazing. So that's the sport and good vibes and things like that. And again, respect everybody, respect their hobbies, respect what they like. It's we don't need people making fun of other people, especially in the sport. Um, uh, but anyways, we'll see
All
everybody
right.
next week for
Yep.
episode 45.
35.
Yeah, 45. We're almost to a year. We're almost hit a year worth of episodes. So, all right. So that's it for now. And don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe, like, share,
Yep.
send us questions, give us feedback, and we appreciate
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody who watches our show.
That's it. So we'll be back next week. I don't know if there's any. The Pittsburgh Pros is still a bit to go, right?
I
Yeah.
don't think it's yet. I think it's
Let me just check really fast before we cut.
something's at the end of the month, though. Maybe it's Pittsburgh.
I think Pittsburgh or New York. Um,
Something I think is it this weekend. Or I don't remember. I don't remember because they changed the schedule a little bit.
FIBO is April 17th.
Oh, okay. But
Um,
so we still have time before there's any big show.
Apparently, there's Arnold Brazil on April 24th. That's usually a small show. It's
So
not.
when is New York and Pittsburgh?
I have to go into the schedule because it's not showing yet here. So, FIBO is the big one. Emerald Pro. New York is May 8th, 9th, and Pittsburgh,
All right, in May.
yeah, 16th, 17th. So, New York and Pittsburgh, you have to be an idiot not to go. New
Yeah.
York, Pittsburgh, and California State Pro. So in
Well,
those three competitions, somebody should get a qualification, a decent guy.
bet you'll see somebody like Patrick Moore go to those shows.
Yeah, I don't know what Nick's gonna do. I think he might pop up. You never know. He has to get something in.
He's still,
Um,
if you look on his social media, he's still shredded. So I
yeah, I
mean, he's
know
not
he's
going. He's
there.
not.
Yeah.
He's still.
So something has to happen. So we have to see.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
obviously doing something soon again because he's
yeah,
not getting out of shape
yeah,
at all.
yeah, yeah. So we'll see everybody next week. Stay
Yep.
healthy. See you
Take
guys.
care, guys.